It's Saturday, July 1st, 6 p.m., July 17th. There is a major storm about to hit the compound, and I was just cooking some hot dogs to eat and had thought about riding out the storm inside the yurt because it seems to be pretty stable. But then I thought again and said, you know, that might be pretty foolish. I didn't finish going through and unpacking everything that I need to unpack and setting everything up and repairing the roof over there on the side. So I thought better of it and decided it might be safer. I don't know if you can hear the thunder there. I know it doesn't look black, but it's pitch black out here almost. And the winds are going crazy. The yurt appears to be holding its own, but I must get out. The trees are blowing everywhere, and the storm is about to let loose. I had my food ready and was prepared to come back, but then started thinking and said to myself, you know, it's 6 p.m. and it's getting dark, and if this storm knocks the yurt down in the middle of the night, I would be stuck out here in the dark with all the wild animals running around. So I'm going to head out because it's safer, even though it would have probably made a really dramatic show here if the storm was here and I was in the yurt, but you know, it wouldn't get uploaded if I die. So anyhow, we are back out at Freedom 2. I have put the fire out, which is cooking here. You can see the grill here. I didn't even film it because I was in such a rush because the storm was coming in, but the sky is pitch black, and we're gonna load up and start to head out of here. The sky has let loose. The winds are going a little bit crazy here, and I am at the compound at Camp Freedom 2. I've abandoned the yurt for now. I was in the middle of fixing things. I'm trying to fix a little Bluetooth for full-time living. Didn't finish and the storm hit. I was cooking dinner also. I had contemplated staying at the yurt itself, but then decided that if I stayed and the yurt blew down or something happened, I would be stuck out here in the dark. So I think rather than take the chance, I'm going to plan to head out of here in this storm and camp out somewhere safer. So here we are trying to head out of Camp Freedom 2 in this rainstorm. It is very dark. Hard to see. Looks like the wind have died down since it initially started, so maybe it wasn't that bad. But I've made a decision for tonight to camp elsewhere instead of at the yurt. Because I didn't want to be out at the yurt if it started leaking in the middle of the night with the rain, or it collapsed or some other weird stuff. So we'll see how it does. I'll have to come back tomorrow or another day to check everything. I did not finish everything I needed to do. I didn't totally fix the roof, and the storm was kind of sudden. So I'm going to make a strategic retreat for today. fogging up. You can see all the branches and stuff are leaning down because of the wind and the rain. Weight of the rain on the leaves. Like we have safely made it out of the labyrinth, so things shouldn't be so bad now. Whoa, I don't know if you just saw that lightning. Big huge lightning. Now you're just hearing the thunder. Anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and shut the camera off and focus on driving. I had turned around and was contemplating going back to Camp Freedom 2 because it looks like the rain has eased up. It wasn't raining so hard, and it might just be a regular rainstorm and not a major tropical storm or something. So I was turned around and getting ready to head back, and then as soon as I started heading back, sure enough, it starts to pick up. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play it safe, and we'll park at Walmart or something today and head back to Camp Freedom 2 tomorrow to see how everything held up versus being out this night in this storm and having it not hold up. There's somebody out here on a bicycle or a moped. Like a motorcycle or a moped out here in the rain, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I've decided, you know what, my gut feeling told me to leave because it looked really bad, and even though it looks like it might be clearing up now a little bit, it's probably safer to chicken out today until I'm sure that the yurt is secure. Right now the yurt is semi-secure. It's stronger than Yurt 1.0. But it's not totally finished as far as waterproofing and everything else. I was working hard on that today, but obviously was forced to leave. So here I am back in the van trying to figure out where I'm going to park for the night. I had been prepared to sleep at the yurt tonight, but then this crazy rainstorm showed up, and I quickly hightailed it out of there because I wasn't confident that the yurt could make it through a major storm yet, because the roof still has a leak on one side, and the winds were like crazy wild. But now it looks really calm, and I'm debating whether or not I want to go back. I could go back and try to make it through the yurt tonight in the rain, but if something happens, then I'm stuck out there in the dark in the rain. So I think it's going to be safer to just go ahead and camp at Walmart or something tonight. The problem is all my gear is currently at the yurt. When it started raining, I quickly headed out. I didn't grab all my stuff. So probably just going to try to park somewhere, most likely Walmart, and then tomorrow morning I'll head back to Camp Freedom 2 and Yurt 2.0 to assess any damage and then to continue fixing it up and preparing. What's happening essentially is I have to prepare two places. The van, which is my main residence now, and the yurt, which is home base. I was busy working on both, but didn't finish with either one. So the yurt is mostly done. I think maybe even more done than the van. About the same. And the van itself still needs to be completely gutted out and, you know, reset and make sure all the systems are working. Right now my battery system's a bit weak. It doesn't seem to be working as well as it used to because it hadn't been maintained. And I left all my clothes and sleeping gear at the yurt because I had just packed up from the apartment. And that looks like a fellow vanner right there. Just drove by. Anyhow, I was saying I had left part of my gear there, my clothes and the bedding. So for tonight, I mean, I do have the bed, I just don't have my pillows. So I'll just chill tonight at Walmart and then head back tomorrow morning. And then try to go ahead and completely get the yurt done and get the van done so that I can choose to stay wherever I want. Now, I actually spent the night, my first night in the yurt last night, and I hardly slept because, you know, there was all sorts of noises throughout the night. The others were out there in their ATVs, but I also heard some grunting sounds, which might have been a wild boar or some other animal. And I don't know if a mouse or some other little animal got into the yurt in the middle of the night. There were also numerous bugs, not like a million of them, but a few that got through, because the yurt isn't totally sealed. It's got little cracks and openings everywhere. So it was better than being out in the open, but it wasn't like totally sealed. I did, however, have my tent with me, so I set up the tent on top of the bed, and that's where I'm going to leave it, so that anyone visiting that wants to spend the night there can sleep inside the tent. It's an extra layer of security in the sense that it'll keep the bugs, like mosquitoes and stuff, from biting you. And also the snakes. If there are snakes that get into the yurt, they won't be able to come up to you in the middle of the night. You know, you'll be sealed inside the tent, which has no-see-um netting, like mosquito netting, but no-see-um, smaller netting. So I slept in that last night and felt a lot more secure. There was one big fat mosquito. I don't think it was big and fat until it feasted on me throughout the whole night. But there was a mosquito that did get in, and but it was only one mosquito. And I think it got in because I didn't go into the tent till I decided I was going to go to sleep, and I had to quickly move the tent and all the stuff into the tent, and a mosquito might have went in at that point. So I kept the tent set up because that way it's ready to go, and somebody that wanted to sleep would just open the door and then go in and close the door, zip it up. The door should probably be zipped up all the time to keep bugs from flying in there. Then you just go in there and lay down and chill. It was actually pretty cool in there last night. It got cold. During the day it gets kind of hot, but I've been trying to rig up portable power out there, some electricity, 12 volts, so, 12 volt DC, so I could run the fan. And the fan makes a huge difference. It actually felt pretty nice out there with the fan, and you can hear the birds and stuff chirping. And at night the fan was blowing on me and it felt great. And then in the middle of the night it got cold. So I think it gets colder in the yurt than it does in a van. We are in the beginning of July, which is like super hot in Florida. So I give camping out at the Yurt a thumbs up. I think it's going to make a nice little base. And it's more pleasant during the daytime than at night just because of the bug issue. But at night, if you just go in there and you crawl into the tent inside the Yurt, you'll be fine. You could stay out a little bit and, you know, chill, because it's got like a little living room, and it's got a kitchen, it's even got a bathroom. So you could chill a little bit, but bugs kind of come in at night. During the daytime, I didn't really notice any bugs, and I do need to finish sealing it off a little bit better, but I don't think I'll ever get it fully sealed. The only way to get it fully sealed is to get like a large tarp for the roof, one piece of tarp, and, you know, one piece of tarp for the bottom that wraps around the whole thing. That way there's no gaps, and you have an airtight seal that keeps the bugs out. Anyhow, nearing Walmart here, so I'm gonna chill a little bit and just chill. I mean, it feels weird. I've been at the Yurt for like a day and a half, but it feels like forever. I went in there, I guess yesterday. It just seemed like yesterday, yeah, early yesterday, or I don't know. I went there. I've been there like 8 days, 9 days straight working on it. And then last night was the first day, the last day of moving, and I had to move everything there. And I just spent a little bit of time today working on the van, so I'm somewhat exhausted. Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm hoping that I can go check out the Yurt and just finish patching the roof, that one spot, to give it a little bit more a watertight seal from the rain. And then get my clothing and other equipment for the van. Because right now it's all just sitting at the Yurt. And then I think both systems will be up. The Yurt and the van. Well, until next time, everybody, thank you for joining me. And I guess I'll be seeing you on the road.